The notion that Leonard from The Big Bang Theory is dead may have also been hinted to by adult Sheldon's participation in the young Sheldon final episode. As Sheldon concludes his tenure in Texas and relocates to California, CBS organizes a special one-hour send-off for the Coopers, much like its parent series. The family coping with George's untimely death is the main subject of Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 12, A New Home and a Traditional Texas Torture, during the first part of the series' final episode. However, the family comedy drama switches its focus of storytelling to the clan after the Cooper patriarch's death. In the Young Sheldon conclusion, Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik made physical appearances as adult Sheldon and Amy from the future in order to create a link with the flagship series. This is the couple's first on-screen reunion since the 2019 finale of The Big Bang Theory. In addition to enhancing the prequel's narrative, their cameos let CBS provide an update on the Pasadena gang's current state of affairs. Sadly, the Cooper-Fowler couple's involvement suggests that Leonard may already be dead due to a few fresh hints to his terrible fate, rather than being a joyous discovery. The Young Sheldon finale features no appearances from any other Big Bang Theory characters, which is unfortunate, but two specific revelations imply that Sheldon's best friend is deceased. First of all, Sheldon and Amy still call their son Leonard. Sheldon's affection for both Leonard Nimoy and Leonard Hofstadter served as the inspiration for the name of their firstborn, which was long verified in the spinoff. It's odd that they don't feel the need to give him different nicknames. Having the same name for both of them when they are in the same social circle would be strange, if not confusing. Given Penny's closeness with Sheldon, name-dropping Penny may seem harmless, but the writers must have realized that leaving Leonard out or not mentioning him would have consequences for the plot. Sheldon only mentions Leonard's wife in the last seconds of the Young Sheldon conclusion, which supports this theory. Sheldon comments that this is what happens when they let Penny babysit, when Amy adds that their daughter wants to take acting courses as the pair leaves his office to go to Leonard's hockey game in Pasadena. Chuck Lorre and his group are fully aware of the significance of references and Easter eggs. Given Penny's closeness with Sheldon, name-dropping Penny may seem harmless, but the writers must have realized that leaving Leonard out or not mentioning him would have consequences for the plot. In any case, it shouldn't be too hard to mention Leonard's name in the last exchange between Amy and adult Sheldon and young Sheldon. When the two mentioned Penny watching their daughter, who they didn't name, they might have simply brought him up in the conversation. Amy had the opportunity to bring him up when Sheldon said he's always been a kind guy. Rather, Leonard's current presence in their lives is not acknowledged. The writers must have understood that the lack of information on him after The Big Bang Theory would raise concerns about his whereabouts, given his friendship with Sheldon and his romantic relationship with Penny. How far Sheldon and Amy are from the adult future is not made clear in the Young Sheldon conclusion. Their daughter is a few years younger than their son, but judging from their remarks, it's safe to assume that their son is in his early adolescent. This implies that it has been almost 10 years since they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, putting them, along with Leonard, in their 50s, which is by no means ancient. But given his history of health problems, which include asthma and sleep apnea, Leonard might have passed sometime in the last few years. Naturally, honoring The Big Bang Theory isn't the top concern for the Young Sheldon finale. The prequel has come a long way from its early days of simply catering to Sheldon and focusing on extending his tale, even though it still stands on the shoulders of its parent series. Eventually, Young Sheldon emerged from The Big Bang Theory's shadow to become a legitimate family comedy/drama, and it is all the better for it. For this reason, the majority of its two-part conclusion focuses on the tensions within the family following George's death. Despite this, Leonard and his friendship with Sheldon were never mentioned in The Big Bang Theory prequel. Nevertheless, there are other ways for the spin-off to honor Leonard besides the series final. During its 7-year run, Young Sheldon frequently alluded to The Big Bang Theory. For its voiceovers, it rehired Simon Helberg as Howard and Bialik as Amy, prior to her cameo. Despite this, Leonard and his friendship with Sheldon were never mentioned in The Big Bang Theory prequel. Even though Raj and Bernadette were not as close to the socially awkward genius as Penny and her husband were, the show manages to get away with it as Young Sheldon never brought them up. The TV series, which was created by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady, will have 2 spin-offs. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, the follow-up series to Georgie and Mandy, will debut in the autumn and follow the pair as they begin a new life together as parents to baby C's. It might be difficult given the timing, but if it follows the same structure as the first season, with adult Georgie recounting the events of his marriage to Mandy, The authors can include information about Leonard, particularly since the two became close very early after meeting on The Big Bang Theory. In the event that it isn't feasible, Lore is also developing a standalone spin-off of The Big Bang Theory. Although specifics regarding the new program are still unknown, it is anticipated to have a stronger tie to the nerd-focused sitcom than Young Sheldon. This presents a greater chance to disclose information regarding Leonard's location and circumstances following The Big Bang Theory. Although there isn't a definite date for the project's release, viewers may have to wait longer, but it's still preferable than having no opportunities in this respect. Finally, as has been demanded for some time, a reunion of The Big Bang Theory could provide an explanation on Leonard's status. Finally, as has been demanded for some time, a reunion of The Big Bang Theory could provide an explanation on Leonard's status. Given that Parsons and Bialik would be appearing in Young Sheldon, fans had high hopes that the entire Pasadena gang would be there for the grand finale. Even though that didn't occur, a formal get-together with the remaining cast members is still possible in the future.